eyes. Sorry for the technical issues and all the delays that we've been having, but hopefully we'll get through this. So close your eyes. Allow yourself this moment of quiet introspection. Let go of whatever expectations that you have from this class, from this session, from the next 60 minutes or so. Free yourself of any baggage that you're carrying. Allow yourself to be with yourself. Be in an intimate conversation with your own body, with your own mind. Be in a state where you can quietly observe sensations on your body. Relax your shoulders. Relax your elbows. Bring your arms. Relax your arms by bringing your elbows close to your waistline. Allow your wrists to rest on your thighs. Keeping your eyes closed. Become aware of your sits bones. Become aware of your pelvis. Become aware of your hips. Become aware of your low back. Allow your body to slowly become still. Allow the breath to be full. Keeping your eyes closed. Follow your breath through your nostrils to the back of your throat and into your chest. And as you exhale, follow the same breath as it makes its way out. Let the breath be an honored guest into your home, into the home of your body. Energizing this body, relaxing this body. We'll begin our session with an invocation. Join your palms close to heart center. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Breathing in, we'll chant Om 3 times. Go at your own pace. If you know this chant, continue to join me. Inhale. Om. Sahana bhavatu. Sahanam bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavaditamastu mavid vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So for today's session, we'll work on understanding the importance of back bends. So understanding the aspect of your torso, understanding the expansiveness in your chest, and using that to awaken your body. So many a times our body gets caught up into one state and is unable to snap out of it. So in the morning times, you'll find that our bodies are still in a sleepy state. So they're still continuing to be in a restful state. And it takes us some effort to actually wake that body and bring it into active motion. So this back bend is a wonderful way to jumpstart that process. I highly recommend including a series of back bends every morning. Thereby, you have this tool set so that you can wake up the body in its true sense and then use it for activity rather than just dragging it through your day. So we'll work through that. So to begin with, make your way to a nice tabletop position. So if you have a blanket, if you have already received a blanket, go ahead and use it to pad it under your knees. That might be useful. But spread your fingers like starfish. So you're creating this nice wide base. Create this nice separation between your left and right sides of your body. Bring your knees firmly into the floor. Drop your navel, lift up through your chest. Exhale as you tuck your chin into your chest, rounding through your upper back, rounding through your mid back, curling through your tailbone. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. This is called as a cat-cow stretch, Marjariasana. Very, very effective in building warmth in your spine, waking up the muscles in the back of your body. Remember that when we're talking about the spine flexes by the engagement of the muscles in your back. So the spine in itself is just a bundle of nerves, but the flexing of the spine and the flexing of your vertebra happens by the engagement of your back muscles. So continue working through your up cat and down cat. Integrate your warm, nourishing breath in the shape, and come back to a flat back. So take a look at your palms, take a look at them, and lower down to your elbows. So bring your elbows to where your palms originally were. Palms face down. Lower your head, rest your forehead to the mat. So keep your hips high above your knees. So note that your hips are above your knees. So this is a great way. If you find that this one is a little bit too, if you have tight shoulders, make a stack of fist and rest your forehead on top of it. If you have a block, go ahead and use that. So make yourself comfortable. So this doesn't have to be a torture session. Allow your heart to melt to the floor. Go as far as the body allows. Continue to slowly breathe and bring warmth into the body. Pressing into your forearms, gradually make your way back up to a tabletop position, hands and knees. So bring your left palm along the midline of the yoga mat. Peel your right arm off the floor and reach your right arm open, allowing your chest to open so you're able to experience a nice stretch in your upper body. Wonderful to wake up your body with a nice open twist. Twists are highly beneficial in detoxifying the body, jump-starting the body's elimination system. Exhale as you lower your right arm down and go ahead and switch sides. Bring your right palm along the midline and rotate the torso, reach your left arm to the skies. So actively pressing into that right arm. So you're not collapsing your chest. Plug your right shoulder blade down and back and reach your left arm up and over. Exhale as you gradually bring yourself back in. So walk your left palm towards the front of the mat. So you're moving towards that corner. Reach your right arm up again. And exhale as you slowly and gradually bring your right arm under your left armpit and continue to walk, rotate the torso. You're wringing the upper body and bring your right temple to the floor. So you're thrusting, rotating your torso and bringing your right arm under your left armpit. Actively press that left palm into the floor. Breathe into the situation. This is a very intense rotation of your torso in the opposite direction. Go as far as the body allows. Breathe into the situation. And gradually unwind. Come back to center. Come back to a tabletop position. Let this tabletop position be your refuge for today. If you feel that you've overwhelmed yourself, come back to this tabletop position. Walk your right arm out towards the front right corner. Reach your left arm up. So you're opening through the chest, and then slowly and gradually slide your left arm under your right armpit. Rotate the torso. Shine your heart to the right of the room. Lower your head, rest your left temple on the floor. Continue to press your right arm firm into the floor. Breathe into the situation. Allow the torso to rotate, heart to shine to the right of the room. Actively press yourself back up and come back to tabletop position. So we'll add a little bit more spice to our practice here. Come back to you. If you have comfortable knees, go ahead and sit up on your knees. If you have blocks, go ahead and use your blocks under your seat. If you don't have blocks, go ahead and roll blankets or couch cushions. So make yourself comfortable. So if you have blankets, I invite you to make the blanket like a roll and sit up on this blanket. So find what feels good. So you don't have to be in some sort of a torture here. So make yourself be able to be stable. Interlace your fingers and make a fist behind your back. So allow your fist to be interlaced. Allow the heels of your palm touch one another. So draw your shoulder blades closer to one another. Lift up through your chest. Sternum rising, collarbones wide, back of your neck is long. So we're not finding any discomfort. We're just experiencing opening in the upper chest, using the shoulder blades to be rolled back, sending your fist further back, just experiencing a nice open chest here. Slowly go ahead and lower yourself back down and come back to a comfortable position. So for today's session, we'll spend some time on our belly. So make yourself comfortable on the belly. Here you go. So when you're here, rest your chin on the mat, arms by your side. Take a moment to get comfortable here. Allow the weight of the body to settle down into the floor. Now, gradually bring your forearms in front of you. This is a wonderful position. I'm going to turn to face you. This way you will get an understanding of what I am doing here. So here we are. I'm going to move back a little bit so that you can see a slightly better shape here. So what we are trying to do is to find a nice, comfortable position between left and right arms, palms face down, your legs parallel to one another, tops of your feet resting, and lift up through your chest. So you find yourself balanced, supported by your forearms, But very importantly, collarbones back, relax your shoulder blades, shoulder heads back, back of your neck is long, and breathe into this situation. This is called baby cobra, Sphinx pose, Ardha Bhujangasana. Peel your navel off the mat. If you have that range of motion, I invite you to peel your navel off the mat. When you peel your navel off the mat, you'll be able to unwind your low back. Let that low back feel supported. Gradually lower your head and come back to center. I'm going to turn to face the other side so that you can see me better. Go ahead and lower yourself down. Now, we'll add a little bit more spice to our practice. So take a moment to bring your palms under your shoulder heads. Hug your elbows close to your side body. Rest the tops of your feet, keeping your elbows bent. Slowly and gradually, lift up through your chest. Lift up through using the muscles in the back of your body. Come into a nice soft cobra. Go as far as the body allows, not trying to overextend yourself. Breathe into this situation. Gradually ripple through your spine, lower your head, rest your forehead to the mat. Bring your arms by your side. Take a moment and rest. We'll add some more challenge to that. Prop yourself up on tented fingertips. So your fingertips are outside the yoga mat in a tented position, elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. So allow your shoulder blades to become a little bit more soft and mobile. So roll and warm up your shoulder blades, shoulder heads, clockwise, counterclockwise. So we're going to use your shoulder blades in this next back bend. So pressing into your fingertips. Remember that only your fingertips are on the floor, not your palms. Fingertips on the floor, keeping the tops of your feet firmly grounded. Inhale as you lift up through your head. Back of your neck is long. Collarbones wide. Allow your shoulder blades to relax. Rotate your elbows down and forward. Peel your navel off the mat, coming into a nice open back bend. So you should find this intense sensation in your fingertips. The more you engage in this posture, your fingertips grow stronger. Every part of your arms grows stronger. Exhale as you ripple through your spine, lower your head, rest your forehead to the mat. Make a stack of forearms in front of you. Go ahead and rest your forehead on top of it. Take a quick deep breath in. One more time. And breathe it out. We'll take another deep breath in. And breathe it out. Now, we'll slowly begin to add a little bit more into our back bend practice here. And for this posture is called as Shalabhasana. We will add the Shalabhasana, we build up the Shalabhasana in phases. So what we'll do is begin with, bring your arms by your side, palms face up, rest your chin on the mat. Take your time as you settle into this posture. So your chin is gently resting on the mat, arms by your side, tops of your feet resting, legs parallel to one another. Now keeping everything still, I invite you to lift up through your head, back of your neck is long, collarbones wide, chest is open. And slowly keep the back of your hand resting on the floor. Keep the tops of your feet still in contact with the floor. Open up through the chest. Just the upper back is engaged here. Can you continue to breathe softly in this posture? And exhale as you gradually allow yourself to unwind and begin to rest the chin back on the floor. Quick transition breath here. And breathe it out. Now, we'll add a little bit more complexity into this Shalabhasana, Locust Pose. This time we'll inhale as you lift up through your head. Keep the back of your neck is long, collarbones wide. Lift up through your upper chest and allow your arms to hover. So your arms are hovering a couple of inches off the floor. Fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat. Go as far as the body allows. If there is trembling, shaking, discomfort, breathe through that. Go to a point where you feel comfortable. Gradually, as you exhale, allow yourself to unwind. Rest the chin back on the floor. Take a deep breath in and breathe it out. Third phase of Shalabhasana. This time, the first time we just lifted the upper body off the floor. Second, we lifted the arms off the floor. Now, this time we'll lift the feet and legs off the floor. So preparing for Shalabhasana phase 3. Inhale, as you lift up through your head, keep the back of your neck long, collarbones wide, shoulder heads back, shoulder blades down and back. Lift up through your arms. Allow the arms to hover a couple of inches off the floor, fingertips reaching towards the back of the mat. Now, keeping that, lift up your feet, shins, knees off the mat. Now, with that anchor, now you should be able to lift your upper body even better. Continue to lift up through your chest. Go as far as the body allows. And slowly and gradually come back down. Wonderful. Take a quick, make a stack of forearms in front of you and go ahead and rest your forehead on top of it. Take a deep breath in and a nice long breath out. Notice any discomfort. Notice that back bend seemed intense after all of that. Slowly and gradually, press yourself back up, come into tabletop position. This is your refuge for today. So every time you find yourself in overwhelming situation, bring yourself back to tabletop. Drop your navel, lift up through your chest, lift up through your tailbone. Find your nice up cat, tuck your chin into your chest, rounding through upper back, mid back, curling through tailbone. Find your down cat. Keep alternating between up cat and down cat. And come back to center. Take a moment to sit back on your heels. So next, what we will do is come down to your back. So lie down on your back. Now, if you have a block, go ahead and use the blocks. This might be useful. For those of you who have blocks, this is great. I think most of you have blocks. Some of you may not have straps, but everybody has a block. So keep your block by your side. I'm going to use the blocks. But to begin with, lie down on your back. Bend your knees. Soles of your feet to the floor. Slowly and gradually lift up your hips just maybe 1/4 of an inch off the floor and actively press your upper back, mid back, and low back into the floor. So your sacrum is the inverted triangle between your buttocks. So it's that space between your buttocks that is slowly lifted off the floor, but everything, the upper back, mid back, and low back are flush against the floor. Arms by your side. With this posture, you should be able to experience a nice draw into your abdomen. And slowly and gradually, allow your sacrum to come to neutral. So your sacrum is now resting. When your sacrum is resting, notice that there is a nice rounding in your low back. So your low back is now probably off the floor. Now you feel more comfortable in this posture. Preparing for what is called as the bridge pose. Sethu Bandhasana. It's a wonderful posture, great backbending posture. So bring your feet hip width apart and slowly slide your heels, the back of your heels towards your buttocks. So you feel a nice closeness between the back of your heels and your buttocks. Keeping your arms by your side, palms face down, pressing into your forearms, Slowly and gradually lift up your hips. Bring the thighs parallel to the floor. And now, I invite you to place a block or a blanket, whatever feels comfortable, under your hips. So you feel this support under your hips. So you should find this great situation where you are under, where you have a block under your hips and feel supported. Now you're able to open your chest. This is a great way to experience this. Now, if you have that range of motion, I invite you to interlace your fingers and place the fist under your hips, allowing your shoulder blades to snuggle up under your upper back. Now, if this feels not so challenging enough, I invite you to lift up your hips and lift your blocks to even higher state. So you're at max height. And then rest your low back into that. Even deeper expansion in your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades closer to one another. Allow them to kiss one another behind your back. Fingertips, fingers interlaced. Notice that these are the shapes that you may never have experienced before. Breathe deep into the shape. And gradually lift up your hips and come back down. If you can move the blocks out of the way. Draw your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and roll side to side. Come back to bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the floor. We'll do the same thing, bridge pose, but now we'll try to see if we can do it without the blocks. So now that we've used the blocks, you get an understanding of what does the sensation look like. So we're not caught up in that sensation. So bring your feet hip width apart, arms by your side, and slowly pressing into your feet, lift up your hips. And now slowly and gradually snuggle your shoulder blades under your heart space so we don't have a block. Interlace your fingers if possible. Continue to lift up your hips. The chest moves up towards the chin and point your chin up towards the sky. So if you have a tendency to tuck your chin in, I am encouraging you to untuck your chin off the chest. Back of your neck feels long. Actively press into the heels of your feet. And slowly and gradually uninterlace your fingers. And gradually unwind, come back to windshield wiper your legs. So this is a wording that I'm going to use, a cue that I'm going to use. So you pretend that your legs are like windshield wipers for your vehicle and you're sweeping your legs side to side. And gradually roll over to your right side and make your way back up. Come back to tabletop position, a good time to reset. Inhale, open, and exhale, fold. Inhale, open, and exhale, fold. Slowly and gradually, come up to a nice standing posture. Now that the body is waked up, so this is how we wake up our body. Give yourself time, use the back bends to really find the awakening in the body. Now that the body is energized and the mind is all activated, bring your feet hip width apart. I'm going to face you guys this way. So bring your feet hip width apart. Find a nice comfortable footing. Make sure your heels are grounded. This is your pelvis. So I like to call this my movable pelvis. So I like to have my hip points. So if my hip points are facing forward, I like to move them up. Tailbone lengthening to the space between my heels. As I do that, there is an automatic hollowing out in the abdomen. So your navel, the belly button is moving in towards your spine and allowing my tailbone to lengthen further down. Inhale as you open through your chest, your sternum rises, the breastbone rises up, collarbones opens, your shoulder heads move back, shoulder blades down and back, arms by your side. Find a nice comfortable length all the way from the base of your feet to the crown of your head. Standing tall. Keeping a nice soft bend in your knees. Inhale as you reach arms up, palms meet, heart rises. Exhale as you press the air away, create your own resistance. Energy pulsating through your fingers, bring your arms gradually by your side. One more time, inhale, reach up. Palms meet, heart rises. Exhale, press the air away, create your own resistance, bring your arms by your side. One more time, inhale, reach arms up, palms meet, heart rises. As you exhale, pretend you're emerging out of a big jar of honey or molasses. Air around you is thick. As you challenge your ways, make your way out of this situation, bring your arms by your side. Listen carefully as you continue on this journey. Inhale, reach arms up, palms meet. As you exhale, send your right arm forward, left arm back, open through your chest, fingertips reaching forward to back, heart radiating to the left of the room, hip points facing the front of the room. The next inhale, unwind, reach arms up, face the front of the room. As you exhale, send the left arm forward, right arm back, soft twist to your right side. Gradually with the next inhale, reach arms up, soft bend in your knees. Exhale as you fold over. Soft bend in your, so feel generous bend in your knees and fold. Crown of your head pointing to the floor in front of you. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Find your flat back. And exhale as you fold. Bring your left fingertips propped up in front of your toes. So your left fingertips are propped up in front of your toes. Generous bend in your left knee, straighten through the right. Rotate the torso and reach your right arm to the skies. We are using a blend of back bend and also a rotation in the torso to allow the body to detox. Continue to lengthen through your spine. So your spine continues to lengthen horizontally. Chest expanding left to right at this point, which is top to bottom. Exhale as you lower your right arm down. Right fingertips replace the left. Right fingertips in front of your toes. Generous bend in your right knee, straighten through the left. Rotate the torso, heart radiating to the left of the room. Rotate the torso, shine your heart. Nice deep breath into shape. Continue to lengthen your spine, left to right. Exhale as you gradually fold back. Go as far as the body allows. Clasp your opposite elbows. Clasp your opposite elbows. Generous bend in your knees. Continue to send the weight of your body towards the mounds of your feet. As you do that, notice the lengthening in your calves, lengthening in your hamstrings. Head feels heavy like a bowling ball. Relax your neck. Relax the skin on your face. Bring your hands to your shins. Find your flat back. Bring your hands to your hips, maintaining a nice, firm, flat back. Come back up. Come to the top of the mat. We'll add one Surya Namaskar today. Bring your feet hip width apart. Outer edges of your feet parallel to one another. Chest facing the front of the room. Keep your knees soft at all times. Inhale, reach arms up. We've used all these postures today and now we're going to put it all together. Inhale, reach up, and exhale as you fold. Inhale, find your half lift, find your figure 7. Crown of head reaching to the front of the room. Tailbone lengthening to the back wall. Exhale as you fold. Keeping the crown of your head down. Slide your right leg back, followed by the left. Coming into top of a push-up. This is called as a plank pose. So you can choose to be here, or you can bring your knees down, cross your ankles. So a couple of things we're still working through plank pose, but do as the best you can. Spike your heels back, draw your chest through your arms, find your plank pose. Hug your elbows close to your side body in a nice straight line, lower all the way down to your belly. Coming back to the way that we started this morning. Plant your palms under your shoulders, hug your elbows close to your side body. Lift up through your head, back of your neck, long, lift up through your chest. We've been here. Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, ripple through your spine, lower your head, rest your forehead to the mat. Curl your toes, press yourself back into plank or half plank, your choice. Press back, downward facing dog. So this is again a new posture that we are adding into our tool set. Go as far as you can. Body is in shape of an inverted V. We're not going to be here too long. We'll work on downward facing dog. Slowly and gradually walk yourself towards the front of the mat and fold over. Sweep your arms down, around and up. Reach your arms up and exhale as you draw prayer to your heart. So now that we've waked up the body, warmed it up, the muscles are all activated, we'll start on some foundational postures today. We have another 25 minutes to do. So one of the postures that I want to introduce today is called as the plank pose. So I want you to take a moment to observe the demo here, and then we'll slowly go and I'll work with individually to see how it works out. So the plank pose is basically you're using the weight of your body to strengthen through your arms and your shoulders. So spread your fingers like starfish, arms are shoulder distance apart. So you're finding this. Keep your soft bend in your elbows, curl your toes, and bring your body into a nice incline. Body is at a 45-degree incline. Spike your heels back. So your heels are pointing back towards the back wall, not curled in. Firm up the navel, draw your chest up through your arms, and look to the face, the front of the room. Coming into top of a push-up. So now if this is too challenging, if your arms feel too wobbly, I invite you to bring your knees down, cross your ankles. This is still a nice halfway between the full plank and the half plank. This is giving you the same benefits without too much of discomfort. This is called the half plank, where you're crossing at your ankles, but you're still, the upper body is in a nice open plank. Spike your heels back, coming into top of a push-up. If you find this is too challenging, go ahead and bring yourself down, all the way down to your belly. This is called as a plank. We are going to use that a lot in our practice. Take a time to work through that. I'm going to help you work, and we'll work through that. I'm going to cycle through different people. Can everybody, I'm going to unmute everybody so that I can hear you. All right, so everybody's, I can see now. Can you see me?
Yes.
So bring your arms shoulder distance apart, spread your fingers, okay? Yeah, and if you feel comfortable, bring your knees down. So as I showed you, bring your knees down and cross your ankles. That's a good start. And lift your soles of your feet up. I'm going to do that one more time so that you can see me. Yeah, make sure you don't feel too much of weight on your wrist. So the weight of your body should be just behind your wrist. So you should feel more engagement along the arms here. So let me go show you the half plank. So let's work on the half plank here. So this profile gives you a better shape here. So your arms are shoulder distance apart, knees down, cross your ankles. So you should feel comfortable. This is great. but more importantly, the chest is far away from the body and the heart of your body is facing the front of the room. So it's not down like this. You are lifting up. Lift up through your chest, firm up through your navel. So your belly button is squeezed up and in. So you're not kind of like bloating and dropping your belly. So you're squeezing your navel up and in towards your spine, creating that support. The moment you squeeze your navel, it provides a nice support for the low back. Very important to understand that. So let's work on that. I'll help you guys work through the plank pose today. Make sure I can see your yoga mat. That's very important. Turn your cameras so that I can see your yoga mat. So that tells me what does that incline look like. Yep, there you go. Make sure I can see your yoga mat and you can see your yoga mat. There you go. So, good. That works. Good. Now drop your hips down, but lift up through your chest. Yes, drop your hips down towards the floor, but lift your chest up. Yeah. And then when you have your legs, bring your legs closer to your buttocks, not farther away. Bring your legs closer to your buttocks and bring your body at a nice incline. There you go. Yep. Drop your hips, Sahana, and lift up. No, drop your hips down. So you're bringing your hips down. So what we are looking for is this posture, right? So some of you are here, right? So some of you are here. This is not what we are trying to do here. We are here. So we are drawing the length is, I'm going to tuck my shirt in so that you can see my profile here as to what we're trying to do here. This will give you a better shape of what we are at. So when you're here, I want you to be here. So many of you are here. You're doing this. This is cat-cow stretch. What we are doing is cross the ankles and drop your navel, lift up through your chest. So you're squeezing your navel in and creating this opening. Try working on that. Drop your hips down. Now, good. Good. Very good. Now, let's work on the full plank. I'll show you the full plank. That way you can see how it works. Bring your arms shoulder distance apart. Stretch your legs back. Curl your toes. Notice where my legs are. Body is in the nice shape, nice ankle here. So you're finding the weight equally distributed with the front and the back. Squeeze your navel in. Lift up through your chest and shine your heart to the front of the room. This is a very intense posture. So you're actually pressing into your arms and drawing that reactive energy up. Remember, we studied Newton's law, third law of motion, where action and reaction are equal and opposite. That is exactly what we're using. The more you press into that floor with your arms, you'll draw that reactive energy up through the same arms and distributing it to the body. Remember, that was just theory. This is practice now. Let's make sure you make good use of that. Arms pressing firmly down. Spike your heels firmly back. Draw your chest. Very good. I see most of you are getting that. Very good. Wonderful. If you feel tired, go ahead and rest. But most of you are finding this very effortless. Suchi, lift up through your hips. Spike your heels back. Plug your shoulder blades down and back. And slowly come down. Everybody come down to your belly. Come down to your belly. Now, for those of you who are finding discomfort in your shoulders, remember that your arms has to be vertical. So if you were here, like if you try to lift up because having your arms further out, this might seem more easier, most comfortable, and you're using the muscles in your arms to lift up. But what we are doing is to bringing your arms straight up, okay? This will ensure that you build more strength in your shoulders, okay? So more than your arms, I want you to use your shoulders to provide the stability in this posture. So make sure that your arms are practically vertical and not further out. So if you're coming towards the corners of your mat, so if you have your arms closer to the corners of your mat, that means your arms are further out. I want you to bring them in about a third of the way from either side. So try that plank pose again. Come back up. Remember to spike your heels further back. Like, it's okay if you're working through that. Good. Plug your shoulder blades down and back. Very good. Good. Sahana, lift up through your hips. Lift up through your hips. Good. Keep going. Keep lifting up. Very good.
Sorry.
If you feel tired, go ahead and come down. Take your time. Very good. So how does that feel? Does everybody feel better? This is a great place. You'll be using the plank pose continuously. So it's not, you don't have to expect to master this posture today. So does it feel you're really challenged? That's always the effort that I wanted to emphasize. Today's session is saying, where is the different posture? Where are the tools that wake you up and allow you to feel challenged? Like, oh my goodness, this is it, right? We'll try one more posture. This is called as the upward facing dog. Okay, it's a wonderful back bend. Observe me as I do this. This is, people usually confuse upward facing dog with the plank pose, but I'll show you the difference. I want you to observe. So sit back and observe me, and then we can practice it together, and then we'll correct ourselves. Notice the difference between upward facing dog and plank pose. I'm going to show both of it, but right now I'm doing upward facing dog. So in upward facing dog, I'll start on my belly. My shoulder blades are, my palms are under my shoulders. I'm hugging my elbows close to your side body. Okay, my legs are on the floor. Rest the tops of your feet. My tops of my feet are always down. I am going to lift up through my chest, lift up through my hips, and notice that the tops of my feet are firmly down. Notice where my hip is. My hips are down, like they're almost like inches off the floor, and I'm pressing with my arms and engaging in a nice back bend. Notice this shape. It is a nice curve. It almost looks like an exponential curve. This is upward facing dog. Okay, now I'm going to show you what is the plank pose. Plank pose in essence looks very similar, but remember the very basic difference is your arms here, curl your toes, and I am farther out. Notice how far away my hips are. That is a very clear indication of how far away my hips are, and my toes are curled under, so that they're not the tops of the feet. My toes are curled so that my heels are facing towards the back of the room. So this is plank pose. Engaging through your calf muscles. Hips are high off the floor. Chest is forward. This is plank. Okay. Upward facing dog. Resting the tops of the feet. And your knees are off the mat. Hips are very close to the floor. This is upward facing dog. So two very similar postures, but one of them is strengthening through your core. One of them is strengthening through your back bend. So we'll be using both of it. Just want to highlight the differences. We'll start with upward facing dog. So you come down to your belly, plant your palms under your shoulder heads. Good. Hug your elbows close to your side body. So you hug your elbows close to your side body. Make sure that there is a nice contact between the inside of your elbows to your side body. Pressing into your palms. Inhale as you lift up through your head. Back of your neck is long. And lift your upper body off the floor. Lift your hips off the floor. Keep the tops of your feet still in contact. Lift your knees off the floor. Lift up through your knees. There you go. Continue to lift up. Very good, Sahana. Keep the back of your neck long and breathe into the situation. Very good. Make sure the tops of your feet are resting. Very good. Preeti, plant your palms under your shoulders. Yes. Plant your palms under your shoulders. Bring your legs closer to one another. Bring the legs closer to one another, and then lift up. Lift up your chest. Lift up your hips off the floor. Lift up your knees off the floor. Lift up your knees. Keep your legs together. Keep your legs together. Don't let them separate. Yeah. Good. Now lift up. Lift. Very good. That's good. Keep the back of your neck long. Look forward and up if possible. The knees are off the floor. Very good. Beautiful. Slowly and gradually bend your elbows and gradually make your way down. Bend, rest your knees down. Does that feel really challenging? This is a great way to really put a lot of effort into your practice. Back bends are very energizing. So you will not have a dull moment in a yoga practice with back bends. So what we did today, we'll just go back into what we did today. We started off with the baby cobra. So we were on our elbows. I'm going to talk about it so that you can remember what we did. So we were on our elbows. So we started off with Sphinx pose, right? So we were on our elbows, and then we just lifted up the head, neck, chest. This was baby cobra. Then we come back down. Then we planted the shoulder blades, planted the palms under the shoulder heads, and then coming up into a full cobra, right? So that is the fullest extent of cobra. Then we put the fingertips on either side of the yoga mats, and then lifted up our chest, more an aggressive cobra posture. This is very intense. This fingertips to the floor and then lifting up, because it needs a lot of strength in your fingertips. That's very important. So we did that. And then we did the Shalabhasana, Locust Pose. We sweep your arms back, lift up through your chest. In 3 phases, we did that. This allows you to open up through your chest. It gives you a lot more energizing into your chest, upper back muscles, your shoulders, all that get strengthened. Many of these areas that we've never used. That's why we find this to be so very, tiring and very discomforting. But we'll work through that. And then we started with some Surya Namaskar, right? So we did some Surya Namaskar. More importantly, we worked the plank pose. Shoulders plugged back, arms shoulder distance apart. Spread your fingers. This is the posture that I keep emphasizing. I keep showing my palms. Spread your fingers and rest the heel of your palm firmly into the floor. This part, not the wrist. So you make sure that your wrists are not finding too much of stress. You should not feel anything in your wrist. If you're feeling the wrist, that means your palms are not firmly planted down. That's kind of the part that you want to emphasize. Or if I'm feeling pain in my wrist, that means my palms are not doing their job. That's what is happening. So that was the palm. And then we progressed into doing upward facing dog, where the hips are down, but chest is up. This is beautiful way. If you own a dog, you'll notice that this is how dogs wake up their morning. So like they'll just stretch themselves, stretch that legs back, and then the chest is open. Beautiful posture called Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. This is called upward facing dog. So wonderful. Let's come down to our back. Draw your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. I'm going to mute everyone back on. Okay, draw your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Keep your knees to your chest. Reach out and hold the outsides of your feet. Open your legs wide. Allow the soles of your feet to face up to the skies. This is called happy baby pose. Ananda Balasana. Relax your shoulders so you're not pulling your arms out of your shoulder sockets, but relax your shoulders. Left and right shoulder blades resting, upper back, mid back, and low back flush against the floor and supported. Sole of your feet facing up. Use this to open up the groin muscles. If you find yourself tight in those areas, this is a great way to open up those muscles that get too tired and sore because of too much of sitting. As you exhale, slowly and gradually bring the soles of your feet to touch, knees wide. Using the support of your hands, gradually lower your feet. Knees are still wide, hips are open. Take a moment to bring your sacrum to neutral. Sacrum to neutral is the sacrum is the space between your buttocks. It's the inverted triangle between your buttocks. Lift up through your hips and bring your sacrum to neutral. When you bring the sacrum to neutral, you'll also notice that your low back is also closer to the floor. Upper back and mid back flush against the floor. Arms by your side, allow your elbows, forearms to rest. Take a deep breath in and a nice long breath out. As you find yourself resting, this posture is called Utthita Chaturanga. In English, it's called Supine Cobblers Pose. Allowing you to lengthen through the insides of your thighs, allowing more contraction in your hips. Using the support of your hands to the outsides of your thighs, gradually bring your knees to touch. Slide your left leg long, draw your right knee to your chest, interlace your fingers over the right shin, flex through your right foot. Relax your shoulders and allow the weight of your right leg to squeeze into the right side of your abdomen. Beautiful way to rejuvenate the liver, intestines, organs along the right side of your body, the right kidney. Slowly and gradually slide your right leg out and draw your left knee to your chest. Flex through your left foot and allow the left thigh to squeeze into your abdomen. Wonderful way to wake up your stomach, pancreas, left kidney, intestines. And slowly and gradually slide your legs out. Spread your legs wide. Allow the heels to be more closer to the edges of your yoga mat. Allow the feet to fall open to the either sides of your mat. Arms by your side, palms face up. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Let go of all your efforts. Let go of anything you're holding on to. With each outgoing breath, allow the muscles to soften and unwind. Survey your body to see if you're holding, gripping anything at all. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax your ankles, knees. Allow your hamstrings to lengthen. Hips are supported. Soften through your belly. Allow your belly to rise up for each inhalation. Belly softens for each exhalation. Arms by your side. Allow the muscles in your arms to unwind. Relax your neck and throat region. Relax your forehead. Eyes resting deep in their sockets. Release your jaw. Allow the tongue to roll back into your throat. Relax. Become aware of your body and surroundings. Begin to wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles. Wiggle your fingers. Make a fist with each palm. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly and gradually, roll over to your right side and gradually push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. If you have a blanket, go ahead and sit up on the blanket. Take a moment to acknowledge your gratitude to Mother Earth for providing us with this beautiful, precious gift, the gift of our body, and nourishing it with vibrant life force. end our session with the sounds of peace. Now join your palms together close to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Breathing in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly